Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here with another episode of Total War Thrones of Britannia with East Engle. Engle? Engle. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Anyways, we're here having again forced back a lot of armies. Our enemies have been weakened, of course. As likely statistical issue is we need to build up a large force, and we're a bit short on the forces to build up. In particular, we need more spear levies. And they're just not being replaced fast enough. So that creates a bit of a tiny challenge. We're trying to build up as forces as fast as possible so we can at least hit Kent here, or Cent, and just reclaim that, because right now Kent is in a pretty bad spot, so the faster we can sort of put the boot to that, the better. So that's basically again what we sort of need to somehow do. While our foes are basically weakened, having beaten silly most of their armies. So let's see if we can't achieve that. Somehow, at least. Somehow. It seems like Sussex is at it. Dum-de-dum. So many factions. They are going to drop off as they just sort of get destroyed, either by me or by anyone else. But that's going to take a bit of a while here.
Friendship may be of mutual benefit.
Sure.
Shall we seal the deal?
Fellow Northmans, I'll always make friends with. I like he's impassioned and then level-headed, which basically completely undermines it. Just gonna go for a scribe. Maybe I should have gone for something else there, though we do have a lot of churches I can work with.
Our foes shall fall.
He's raiding, so we hit him.
Foes shall fall.
Wonder how big is the garrison?
By no means.
I definitely want to get rid of that before that becomes a problem. So we'll send in our noble armies after that. Supported by the other one. Tinier one.
Get marching, men.
Just to ensure nothing goes wrong there.
We are men.
At least minimize what can go wrong. Meanwhile, we'll just upgrade here. I mean, in this situation, we kind of want to sell as much salt as possible. Actually, I might want to be careful about that due to the population not necessarily being too happy about my salty adventures. Maybe that should have been the other sort of name for this YouTube series. An adventure in salt, but might not quite work out. A mint isn't a bad thing at all. Then again, maybe a churches. Well, I've got enough churches, really. I don't need more churches. If anything, I might need less. So there's not really much else to do. Research-wise, we're very close to being able to get a Fiat Spearman, which is going to give us a reasonable tactical improvement. As we then get some slightly better basic infantry than the other chaps, which is going to give us some tactical edges. Like in some other games like Attila, where there's just in some cases like next to no improvement, if no improvement at all, when you just upgrade your troops like that. There are some improvements here, there are some improvements. Right, they're throwing themselves at us. They're going for the smallest army first. And they're supported by the garrison. Well, basically all we need to do then is start an army, beat the two armies, in which case it just falls apart like a series of poorly stacked dominoes. Because, which is the Germanic name for what later in Scandinavia become Odin. By the way, Wotan had some darker connotations about him, if I'm not mistaken. Granted, my Germanic myth less amazing. than my Scandinavian mythology. So I'm not claiming I'm 100% right on that. But, you know, details. Switching out towards here, so I can at least keep close to the reinforcing army, because again, this one is not going to last long on its own. It's basically there to serve as a reinforcing army, not the main army. In this case, I'm also fortunate enough that the other army was close enough to arrive immediately. I mean, that's a thing to keep in mind. The closer the armies are actually to each other in game, on the battle map, you know, the closer they're actually able to reinforce each other. So in this case, they were right next to each other. That gave them a pretty big advantage. Comparatively, the garrison is actually a bit further away here, so his army here is going to be a bit more on its own. So that's a slight detail here that's going to benefit me. Not massively, but you know, enough. Sending our scouts out there to deal with their scouts. Forwards, men! Let's show those British what for. Well, we're sounding British. Well, we're gonna try to fit. You know, why are we doing this? Anyways, charging ahead here. Scouts versus scouts. Advancing armies, which basically got a few javelin men. That's about it. Reinforcing garrison army has arrived. Scouts getting stabbed to death. That's going to be a total annihilation. Keep running, you cowards! Oh, they can't run. So, you know, bit of an empty threat, or an empty insult. Oh, you died? You died? What a coward! You should stay here and, what exactly should they be doing? I don't know. Yeah, and there's a mix of some churls and long axemen, and we got the Royal Companions hanging back as the garrison is desperately trying to catch up, probably swearing at the king for just charging ahead like a complete sack of potatoes. Except potatoes aren't known for charging ahead, I guess, but you know, details.
Up the pace, man!
Chosen by Odin! Javelins! With speed, warriors!
I don't know why they keep referencing Odin. I mean, at this stage, most have been sort of Christianized. Somewhat. Probably not all of them, but you know.
Javelins! Incoming javelins!
I can't help but notice there's some chaps running about here who are not getting javelined.
God is with us! Horsemen!
There is a distinct lack of javelins sticking out of them.
Our foes will fall! Ready for war! Quicken the pace!
Like, I need you to, like, you know, get added like a really terrible acupuncturist, or whatever they're called.
State your orders!
And you know, just poke them full of really big sticks from afar.
Horsemen!
And now they're trying to join up as to realise they bit off more than they can chew, but there you go. Not quite having it. There we go. Oh, I think one of them actually got it stuck through his head.
Axemen!
That's not very good or healthy.
Glory and plunder!
Oi, Terence, I don't think you're supposed to have that sticking out of your head. Thanks for that one, Robert. I did notice.
Chosen by Odin!
Got a few things here.
Ready for war! Horsemen! Battle orders!
I guess we're going to form a wall. I don't think I can catch up with him. I mean, I could try, but I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to work out.
Spearman!
So rather than trying that, we form up a second line as we mop up the King's army here, waiting for the garrison to arrive.
The men are leaving the field! Ready! Run them down! Cavalry!
Gotta be careful not to get our men poked full of holes. well, really big javelins.
Where is the enemy side? Horsemen! They're charging us! Javelins! Get them!
There we go. Main wave's about to hit.
Horsemen!
Sending the cavalry to flank them.
Javelins!
The CX warriors are not having the bestest of times as they find themselves with a lot of holes in the posteriors.
Hasten yourself!
Hasten yourself!
Ride like the wind! Battle orders!
Our foes will fall!
Charging!
Attack!
Smash them! With speed, warriors! Hands down! Cut them! Attack!
Spearmen!
There we go. Basically just mopping up at this stage. Aggressively outmaneuvering them and pretty much destroying them.
Charge! Charge them!
The enemy tremble before our superior numbers.
Cavalry!
Our general is under attack.
Charge! Bring them! The troops are routing!
Oh, there we go.
Brace yourselves, lads.
Ah, hang on.
Horsemen!
They're trying to get back to the fight! Stop that! Permanently, if you'd be so kind. Yeah, someone's fleeing.
And them!
Oh wait, that's theirs saying that. Yeah, it's a bit confusing at times. So, they're fleeing the fight! Who is? Is it us? No, it's the other chaps. Alright.
The men are rallying!
Well, a last stand here, but I don't think it's going to last for much longer.
Horsemen! Bring them!
It is, I suppose, very heroic. The king surrounded by his loyal housemen, and he's just getting cut to bits. Surrounded by the ever superior Danes.
Ready! They're charging us!
We've outnumbered them!
See, they flee before our
There we go. And with that, we destroyed Prey Town. Which was weird. Lights open. And then we can take what I imagine is going to be Canterbury. They are Canterbury. I'm guessing that's Canterbury. My specific geography of England, though, is never quite that strong because, well, you know, I wanted the German army and World War II, which does not usually have a lot to do with England. That's a minor detail.
To war we go!
Yeah.
For the old father!
Orphan their offspring.
For glory! Silence!
Go. I could continue pushing on for Danelaw Spearmen, but I think that's going to be a bit too fast. I could do some trade research. Actually, I think I want shield biters and huskarls.
You can rely on us. Foes shall fall.
Well, we can upgrade here to the field. They're slightly better now, not massively, but still better than the average.
Right now!
Guess we continue there. Stutfall has lead with iron. Is there much else we can do here so far? Well, we could probably look at a bit more food. Another turn passes. As Sussex falls back to Hastings. Or Hastingas.
We pledge your service. Smash them. Right now. Hit
Siege. And we just seize this. Pretty much means Kent falls apart, as that's the king. Plus the main city, capital if you will. Leaving only a small series of villages to gobble up.
My skills are growing. Enemy blood will flow. Rely on us. That's what.
There you go. Dover? Is that Dover maybe?
Our foes will suffer.
Can get ourselves a governor here in Kent. Well, none of these are particularly, shall I say, useful. There we go. All the way that constitutes more or less Kent gone. We just need to take Tannet, and that's basically it.
Never.
Northman is just sort of rolling through here
No.
under their noble King Ulf. I don't think there's much else we can do here. Besides upgrading that. Might try and look at some more friendship declarations, lastly opening up for more trades, and so I should have a lot of stuff to increasingly sell, which, you know, is pretty good for my economy. Got Northumbria or Northumbria they're moving about. There we go. Big battle with Sussex, sending in a lot of mixed troops there. Our force isn't super composed, but still reasonable condition. Plus, again, we got the slightly better Fiat Spearmen. On. Overall, though, by the way, most armies were largely composed of spearmen because A, spears are pretty cheap, wooden stick, small pointy end made of steel. So, the spear was just in many ways sort of the main fighting weapon for numerous reasons, which basically boiled down to it's cheap to make and it's easy to. And most armies back then was largely composed, you know, of levy forces. They're doing the Dark Ages and so on there. So we're going to be attacked here by 3 forces. One of them is going to be a naval force. There's a third with slightly improved shields,
Look,
I guess.
on the horizon, reinforcements.
We're just waiting for them to attack. I mean, we can't really do much about the chaps out on the boats. And their long ships. So all we can do is just wait. Because I'm just going to rush through it because, well, I mean, not really much to do. And it seems just pointless just to stand and waiting to sail in. while they're all going about, I'll have them on a boat. So just casually waiting here. Casually waiting. Guess I move slightly further closer to the coast here. Now we've sort of got a better idea where they're about to land. I mean, usually in these situations, the best way to ruin a good sea landing is the same, I suppose, as disrupting a good air landing, as the Germans knew. And that is basically just to hit them as they're landing, specifically as they're most vulnerable there as they're getting off. Assuming we've found the primary point.
We sighted the enemy!
At least I assume we have. So far though, they're just sort of standing about there looking. Oh, there we go. I was about to where there was a bug or something. I might be still, like they're swimming in the same spot. Not quite the Omaha Beach on D-Day, but you know, they're still getting pelted as they're trying to get off.
Fear! And them!
Where the enemy charge! Land them down!
There we go. In this regard, our troops have the advantage. They have much better melee skill, as you can notice there. Slightly better armor, but also a lot better morale. But really, it's the melee skill that's going to make the big difference here. That pretty much means these guys just get beaten silly.
Flee before our might.
There we go.
Ready for war! We will prevail!
Reinforcing army has arrived. The ship just continue to seem to be just stuck. I think they're bugged, actually. I think there's actually an issue back in Attila with the ships just not properly sort of doing what they're supposed to. Guess they somehow managed to reintroduce it.
Fear!
They're starting to suffer!
Up the pace, men! Where's the fight?
Where the enemy charge!
Oh yeah, that's the
Break them!
Royal Companions.
Smash them!
Axemen! Herdmen! Break them!
Too bad the exposing the backs with the shield doesn't work. Great for us though.
Herdmen! Quick on the pace!
I thought I should have elected my cavalry to deal with that. I hadn't. That's awkward. Well, this is not really looking very impressive, is it?
Land them down!
Mostly because of the whole... It seems like they bugged out the AI when it comes to, you know, landing troops. Which is kind of unfortunate. Look, you know, like a cool battle, you know, fighting off against several armies, and then it just turns out to be this. You know, boats just stuck. I mean, it's clear they haven't really emphasized naval battles at all. I mean, there's no ships you can really build. It's just, you know, any naval battles, it's just, you know, boarding fights and all that. But like, when they just get stuck like this, it certainly indicates they might not have fully tested this part very well.
Spare them!
Warriors, get to land!
Archers running out.
Break them!
The assault's obviously not very pretty. I mean, I might as well just go through this at max speed because otherwise it's just going to take too long. That reinforcing army is incredibly slowly advancing. I'm just picking the other chaps apart. And meanwhile, Taking that in. Another landing. Alright, looks like we're going to have the main battle. Obviously, got to be careful about the other gentlemen on the ships, but they really just seem to be utterly stuck. Actually, I think I'm just going to try and burn the ships. I think I'm just going to try and burn the ships. I think we're going to have better results with that, to be honest, at this stage. But I feel my men already expended too much ammunition trying to achieve that.
Tail and run! The cowards!
They're charging us! Come on, lads! Round that now! Glorious plunder! Archers!
Well, we all seem to be breaking their main army quite aggressively while we're waiting for these to just sort of...
The enemy's hitting our ship!
The ship's burning!
This is going to take ages, isn't it?
Forward! Our men run from the enemy! This is shameful!
Overall, seems like let's try and see if we can aim for the small one. But yeah, basically the path thing has somehow just managed to get the 3 ships utterly stuck. And the AI, it seems, doesn't know how to handle this at all.
Ready for war! Withdraw, men! Withdraw!
The men are leaving the field! Here they come!
The battle is turning in our favor!
The men are leaving horsemen! Bring them!
See! They flee before our might!
Get them!
Oh, there we go.
Our general is under attack!
Bowman!
Miracle happened.
Line order!
Withdraw, men!
Another ship got entangled.
Chosen by Engle!
Now we just got these two have somehow managed to merge with each other. Wow.
Crush them!
This one should have been reasonably easy to catch, I think. I mean, it really seems like the AI had no idea what to do with the landing, so... I don't know.
Horsemen! End them!
The ocean favors us! Victory
There we
is
go.
ours!
A heroic victory, though. Can't really say it felt like very heroic again. Like the AI just compared to what they suffered. Like this was things, you know. Ah, yes, I remember the Battle of Hastings, with several ships got stuck in each other as the others just sort of sailed about aimlessly for hours. Oh, do tell more, grandfather. And then we beat them as they came on shore, and then, like, I don't know what happened. I mean, that would have been a lot less impressive story to, history there in that sense. Would have certainly also put the Norman invasion very much quickly on halt, like if they bugged up. That'd make him less William the Bastard, more William the Bugged Up. Oh dear. That sounds pretty unpleasant.
In order to stay!
Well.
can rely on us. Agreed. Aye then.
And with this, no more. Kent.
Our foes will suffer.
Foes shall fall. March on.
So there we go. Just gonna hand out these estates, which of course are gonna vanish, but that's another story. So let's go the one that vanishes away, since we're gonna turn that. It's apparently something, you know, for the English ones where church can act as part of it. There we go. There we very much go.
Our foes shall fall.
Get me hire some troops finally. Need some of that spear levy, so in this case, feared. So there we go, we made some good progress here. Kent has fallen. Sussex is likely going to fall soon enough as well, since Hastings has fallen in an absolutely amazing battle, one which they will never truly be able to replicate on, you know, the big screen. Like, they just can't quite recapture that moment where the Bucks just, you know, messed it all up. So that is more victory for us. That leaves Wessex, shall we say, a bit more isolated, though it's pretty big, and obviously it's going to take some time to pull through, but even then it does represent, you know, one issue shored up. The trick is how we then get to them after that. Our mission is to control, Clanbrookesia and the Fens. So we need to take on Lederborg. In which case we need Stanford. Well, once we've secured the south, we can probably get away with that. We can probably get away with that.
We'll see this through.
And another governor for East. Ooh, it is good. That is pretty good, though. Now we got one with an issue in loyalty. Can't really do much about that for now. Can't do much about that. So let us end the turn and hope he doesn't cause any trouble. In this case, we do have an army right next to Hastings, so if that guy thinks himself a bit too fancy for his posting, we can very quickly, you know, humble him and kill him. Mostly number 2. Lots of fun stuff there. And there we go. I think that'll be it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it as we crushed Kent. Had a glorious fight at Hastings, and overall expanded our realm nicely while fighting some larger battles. This is Imperial Ding signing off, and I'll be back in another 2 days' time with another Total War Thrones of Britannia episode. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know, subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm off. See you another time. Cheers.